Hi guys, welcome back to Charlotte's Foliage. I'm going to be putting up my Epiprenum albopinatum on a stake, a moss pole, and my Cebu Blue pothos. Both of them have some type of stake on them, or they're propped up some kind of way. But I'm going to use some moss because this is not working out the way I would like it to. And then my Epiprenum is still kind of leggy. I had to cut from this plant. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Welcome back. If you're revisiting, welcome. If you're new here, we like to talk about plant content and share our ideas on what's working and what's not working and how we can help one another. So if there's a comment that you'd like to leave at the end of the video, feel free to do so. Let's get started. All right, so first thing I want to do, because this plant is growing, but it's getting a little leggy too right here. As you can see, there's about two leaves on this one stem, and so we want to rectify that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I heard of a person taking plastic wrap and actually using the plastic wrap, the sphagnum moss inside, kind of like what you do when you're air layering a plant, and that's basically when you're trying to get the plant to grow at a different point. This plant is really moist, and it looks like it's got way too much soil and not enough perlite. So that may be why she's struggling. So we're going to help her out. We're going to give her a better soil mixture here. But this trellis that I had it on is really good. There's nothing wrong with it. It came from Arka, A-R-K-A trellises, and they're online if you're interested in purchasing a trellis. So before you start thinking about staking the plant up or giving the plant better way to climb up, you need to look at the condition of the plant. So I'm seeing right here that this mixture is way too much soil and not enough barky mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to still use the soil, but we're going to add something to it to help it out. Give me just a moment. All right, so I have a mix that's a little bit more barkier already made, and I have my root stimulator to treat the roots too while we're at it. And some of you already know about my Dino-Myco. It's basically for your plant to get better roots and healthier roots. So here's that, and I bought that on Amazon. So I'm just going to sprinkle it right here on the plant, on the roots of the plant. Then I'm going to get the barky mix here, and I'm going to start out with some fresh barky mix so that this plant can thrive a little better. Okay, and do that. Then we're going to put the plant. I'm thinking it'll be okay if we put it back on the trellis, guys. That now that we've discovered what the problem is, I might just still put it on the trellis instead of trying to make a moss pole for it. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So let's just see here. Just get her back in the pot first. and see how we want to do her on the trellis. All right, here's the trellis, and we're going to make this the back. So I went on and put the trellis there, and then we'll see how we're going to put her on the trellis after we get her in here. I'm not going to water her because she was kind of wet already. I'm going to give her a little time to get comfortable with the new soil mixture that she's in, and also just to help that root stimulator help her out a bit, okay? And then let's take a look at her. We got this long leggy piece here, and then we've got this long leggy piece here, and the rest is pretty much sitting in here pretty good. So this is what we're working with. Okay, I've got some actual clips that I can use to train this plant to go around the trellis. So let's start there. Where did I put them at though? Okay, here they are. These are the little clear clamps that I have. You can actually use them clamps that you use for your kids' hair. Mommy does. She uses on the kids' hair, or you can order them online at Amazon. But yeah, they work really, really well with training your plant to go across the trellis or what have you, whatever you're staking your plant up with. Okay, it's kind of leaning, so I'm gonna try to get it to lean back this way, and then I'm gonna kind of get it to go around a bit, because this piece right here is kind of long. Then I'm gonna let you guys take a look at what I did. All right, because this is just this one stem, I might put this back inside the pot and use a little hairpin to keep it down where it can grow some more leaves on the bottom of the plant, at the base of the plant. So let me go get a hairpin. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so all I'm doing is taking a node that's on this stem, and I'm just clamping it down, laying it flat, real gentle, and I'm sticking the hairpin over that area, and so that this plant can root more from the base of the plant. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to show you guys the end result of us just taking the time to see what's going on with this plant and how we can help the plant. Hold on just a second. It's kind of bent in the back a little bit for some reason. All right, so this is it. This is the Cebu Blue on the trellis. See how much better she looks? And that's it. That's all we're going to be doing with her today. Now, we got another one over here that's going to need our assistance. And this is the Epiprimnum albo, okay? So I'm thinking that I want to put this plant, because it dries out so quickly, I want to give it a little bit of moss on the actual bamboo stick that it's on, and then see if we can get it to root more and get the nodes closer to the moss pole. Okay, she's dry, which means that I need really to water her, because it's not good to put your plant in so much stress. Looks like she's out. Look, you guys, I want to show you this. This may be her problem too. Looks like she's trying to outgrow her pot. See where that roots are going around and around? So what that tells me is that she's outgrowing this pot. But she hasn't been in this pot long, so what I'm going to do is kind of pull back some of the soil away, and I'm going to keep her in the same pot because she hasn't been in this pot long. And just see if we can get her a little help. Her roots are real dry, you guys. Up top, she's not very dry, but the roots are just suffering. And I'm glad I checked on her. So yeah, we're gonna give her a little water. She'll be glad to get on that moss pole. Yep, she's gonna be happy. We're gonna make her happy now. She's just extremely dry. I've watered her, but apparently it's so compact the water is not getting to the roots. And we're gonna put some root stimulator on her. Her roots look good, it's just that she's so dry. So all I'm doing is going in here and giving her a little drink, okay? And in the meantime, while I'm giving her a little drink, what I'm going to do is give her some fresh soil too. That's what we're going to do. A little barkier soil mix, just like we did the other plant. Okay. Just a little. And then right here, I've got the soil mixture here. Excuse me, I keep saying soil, guys. I got the sphagnum moss for the moss pole, and I got some cellophane wrap here. So what I'm gonna try to do for the first time is make a moss pole with cellophane wrap, and I've never done that before, so wish me luck, you guys. Hopefully you can see me. If you can't, what I'm gonna do is show you the end result, okay? I'm gonna bring the camera down some. All right. And so I'm bringing the camera down just a bit to see, make sure you guys can see me. Uh-oh, I got it crooked now. Okay, hopefully that holds. All right, so I'm guessing that first I want to do is get a big enough piece of cellophane wrap here. And then I guess move this out the way so we have more room. And of course, the cellophane is going to have to at least be the length of the pole. Here's my pole here. So I'm going to put this in here. Then I'm just going to layer the moss. Well, I'll put the moss underneath first. That seems like, that way I can wrap it around the pole. All right, like so. This is what I'm doing. So yeah, I got the pole here. Now the bottom of the pole, this is gonna be the bottom because it's already the bottom. It's darker down there. We're not gonna have a whole lot of moss because what you don't want is you don't want moss all the way to the end of the pole because then the plant would stay too wet. And that could cause root rot. Smart me, I didn't bring any scissors, so I'm gonna have to tear this. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this pole. And And I left some of the pole out. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I left some of the pole out so that part doesn't get the plant wet. Okay? I've heard about this being done, but I've never done it myself. So I'm just an amateur at this. But I'm going to try to work it as best I know how. Might look a little crazy to start with when you're first trying something, but it is what it is, you guys. The main thing is that the plant gets happy on the pole, okay? So I'm just squeezing it and trying to make it look a little neat. And then I'm gonna put a zip tie around it because I think the zip tie will kind of help it stay together. Because this bottom, this top is trying to come loose. And it could be because I have less up here, I don't know. But I'm working it out, guys. Now I'm gonna get the zip tie. And I'm gonna try to close this end up here. And then I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay? So I hope you guys are having a good evening. It's the weekend that's coming up, and I hope you have good plans and safe plans, because there's been a lot going on in the world right now, and I think sometimes you just better, if you stay at home, be safe and stay in prayer. But some people get hurt at home. I know that too. Okay? So yeah, I'm just praying for peace. We have so much turmoil and violence in our world right now that we need peace. We need a lot of peace. We need a revival. We need people praying. We need our community praying. All right, so I'm not going to try to preach no more. I'm going to show you guys what I've done. It looks kind of weird, but the plant will be happy. Okay? I think I'm going to do one more. This has turned into a fat moss pole, if you ask me. And you can also air layer. You just put a slit inside the moss pole, and you can still air layer that plant and make it push out more growth. Okay, so the zip ties are on here. All I got to do is cut them off, the ends of them off. And I'll show you what I've done so far here in just a minute. All right. So here's the moss pole. And this is the end of it right here, where that stick is going to go in the bottom. All right. Now, here's the plant. I already put the fresh soil in there. So what you want to do is you want to grab your plant and your pole, and you bring them two together. So here's the plant, and here's the pole, okay? And then you put your plant and your pole where you want it at, and then you backfill with the soil before you do anything, okay? I think I want to turn it a little bit this way. And then I'm going to backfill with some soil. You almost need 2 hands and 2 people with it for your other hand, but we're going to make it work. This plant has a lot of roots. All right, give it some more soil. All right. So I'm just pressing down so that the plant can get enough soil. And I forgot to put some root stimulator on there, but although we seen this plant had healthy roots. But I'll put some root water in there. Okay, so here's the stem. This is how it looks. It's very leggy. So what we're gonna do is first deal with this small leg. We got a little small one right here. I think what we can do is stake this one up with zip ties. Okay. So it'll stay in place and it'll get up against that moss pole because it's got some nodes on here. And once those nodes connect with that moss pole, that plant will continue to push out more growth. Okay? Now, here's the long piece we're dealing with. We can actually go down into the soil and with a, what did I call it? Hairpin. Or we can simply wrap it around just like so. You have to be careful though. Wrap it around the plant. And then gently bring it back up toward the pole, toward the moss pole. Hold on. That's what I'm trying to do. And see if I can get it to just connect to the moss pole. Give me just a second. I want to make it look like it's halfway, got some type of growth pattern to it, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna use one of these Velcro ties to hold it in place because it's very leggy on top. All right, I think we did it. Okay, so I'm going to show you her here in just a second. She looks a little strange, but she'll be much happier now that she's staked up, okay? And I'll show you guys the end result of how she begins to get acclimated to her new space. I'm gonna give her a little bit more soil. And you might wanna put a little soil behind where the pole is so it can sit upright and not just up against the pot. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a little soil behind the pole. All right. So there you have it, Epipremnum pinnatum. It's a beautiful plant, beautiful foliage, but it just need a little help, okay? So that's what we were in here for today. A little bit of staking up our plants and making them a little happier. I'm gonna give this one a little water, and the other one was fine because it was too wet. So that's what we're doing. And now she should be good, okay? So we got her on the moss pole, and we'll see how she does, okay? Thanks again for watching. I hope you all will continue to watch and have a safe and productive weekend. Bye now.